Hello and welcome to Technical Design, the profession which will make your spine snap from sitting around all day, along with making you look like you're wearing the big red boots from how much blood will collect in your feet. But what's it all about? What are you working with? How will God answer for my crimes of which many I've committed? Well, my friend, for my specialization, you're going to be working with buildings. Like, you could be working on all kinds of stuff. You could be working on the newest huge hospital, the biggest town hall that's ever been made. Or more realistically, you're going to be plotting out some shed for a guy who has the budget of a moldy granola bar. But how far will that granola bar get you? Well, personally, I'd happily trade that moldy granola bar for the main software you're going to be working with. AutoCAD. Well, what's the problem with AutoCAD? You see, AutoCAD is straight from the devil himself and shall not be trusted. However, if it wasn't for AutoCAD, you'd still be working on paper, which really makes you want to... But seriously, how does it look like when you're working with AutoCAD? Wow, that looks kind of fucking boring. But wait! There's more! More of AutoCAD. No, silly! More programs! Revit is another program which is used in the build sketching progress. It's much more up to date compared to the ancient AutoCAD. Well, how much more up to date is it? Moving on! On to the boring list of things we have to think about. Such as how the thing we're building is supposed to sit on the ground, how all the different bricks are going to be laid, what color all the bricks and the roof tiles have to be, where all the rooms are supposed to go, what furniture is supposed to be pre-installed, and so on. What we're essentially here for is to be a reality check to the damn architects' wild ideas when it comes to inserting their dreams of a water slide inside of the new old folks' home. But of course, there's way more than just my specialization. There's technical designers who plan out sewers, roads, train tracks, and people who go to the industry side of things, who design basically everything you own. Your bed, your phone case, your car, your table, and so on. Technical designer is a lot of things, but one of the main things is creativity, and also staying within the lines of the big rule book that you have to follow. While technical designer isn't the most outdoorsy job ever, sometimes you still have to go out in the field and measure stuff since nobody else bothered when they originally built the building in the year 742. Because who would have gotten the measurements to the building you have to build extra toilets in? The cavemen who built the thing while testing out their newly invented bricks? No, of course not. You just have to go down there and measure it by yourself, seeing as you're the only guy who's apparently qualified enough to use a tape measure along with a pen and paper, since the company that contracted you of course used the Bulgarian standard for bricks and mortar lengths for their building that's in the middle of Copenhagen. But thankfully that situation is quite rare. But sadly there's another thing that's plaguing technical designers. It's when people haven't bothered to update their blueprints since the Stone Age, which means you'll have to sit through opening the drawing in 17 different versions of AutoCAD until you're up to the newest version of the already outdated program. What is great about being a technical designer is of course how many things in your life you've done that can help you, such as playing a crap ton of Minecraft like I've done. Here are some of the things I've built. However, Minecraft isn't the only thing that can help you, of course. Playing SimCity, Sims, Roller Coaster Tycoon, and so on. Playing with Legos can also help you along with a lot of other things. There are, of course, cons along with being a technical designer. The long hours of sitting down, which I mentioned in the beginning, the usually pretty strict dress code that usually includes button-ups, suit pants, and while this of course isn't official, for some reason they always have to some stupidly expensive watch on their arm, which they kind of forget to use because they have a clock on their phone anyway. Aside from the abundance of watches that nobody uses, there's of course the people that the watches are on. And who are those people in your workplace? Usually not other technical designers. They're usually other professions, such as engineers, electricians, plumbers, and other people way more qualified than you. You all have to work as a team to complete your building. Say you're building a house and you finish the first draft, you pass that on to the next guy in line, usually an engineer, to check if what you've plotted out is even physically possible. So when you're done with your third draft of your blueprint and the engineer has gone over it, you go to both the electrician and the plumber to check if they can feasibly run water lines and electrical wiring along with internet through your mess. Then once you're all done with the blueprint together, you send it out to the contractor, and after 47 edits to the blueprints, the carpenters and bricklayers finally get the blueprint, only to call you up and yell at you for messing up the correct length of a brick. meaning they can't continue before you've fixed it with another round of the whole mess with all the different people that are involved in modern construction. And then finally, when all is well, they call you again because they actually wanted a basement and forgot to tell you.